a suspect. Hanging with the killers in the projects. Taylor on a barrel, keep quiet. Catch a nigga slipping from behind. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. OG Bobby Johnson. Put nigga out like an outbreak. Chopper start to make the house shake.
That's how you do a season 2 premiere. Yes, God. What it do, T-Squad? It's your girl, Keisha, a.k.a. Color Me Pynk, and I am here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, Love and Marriage DC Season 2, Episode 1 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously. So if that works for you, then let's get into this review. The episode begins with us seeing Ashley and Irena. Irena goes over to Ashley's house. They have been kicking it ever since Season 1, but Ashley is still not going to call Irena a friend with a D, because, you know, she doesn't do really girlfriends like that. Like, I guess you got to go through the test of time to get that D on friendship for her. Nothing has really changed on the horizon with her complaining about Quick working a lot. He's still working a lot. And at this point, her schedule has, you know, picked up. So she doesn't even complain about it anymore. There's really no point. So they sit down and talk about Monique and Chris, who are no longer on the show. But at that time when filming, that's when the news came out that Monique and Chris were separating and getting a divorce. They came out very quickly debunking those rumors and saying that they were 100% still together, not divorcing or anything. Now, Irena said something that really got me and made my antenna stick up when she was like, Monique and Chris are living separately. Not separately in the same house, but separately. So I wonder, will Monique respond to that? Now, the last I saw, because I follow Monique, they were very much still married, just went on a vacation to Africa. And then after that, she went on an African trip by herself. I really think that Monique is in a space right now where she is really trying to find herself spiritually and mentally and really trying to enrich who she is. I think that she is going through a moment of profound change, and there is nothing wrong with that. And I think with the way that her life is changing, this show would not have been conducive to her new lifestyle. So the ladies also sit down and talk about the fact that Irena is throwing her son Jayson a going away party. He got into the school that he'd been wanting to get into for the longest. It's a school for the blind, for him to be able to go there and learn how to be self-sufficient and, you know, live on his own and be around other people, you know, and really, you know, live an adult lifestyle. You know, she's been raising him, doing everything with her husband and her family. So this is really a big transition for their family. And, you know, last season, we all grew to love Jayson so much. Irena also lets Ashley know that, you know, things are tense at home because Lil Jamie got into it with Big Jamie. He, you know, got mad over the fact that he didn't get this job and he stopped speaking to everybody and said that nobody helps him in the family. Now, mind you, he is 26 years old and his father tried to help him get a job. He didn't pass the background check because, you know, he has priors. And apparently, like I said, he got mad about it. They said that, you know, he distanced himself from the family. And then, he got a speeding ticket in the mail. His father ended up opening it up because they have the same name. He saw the speeding ticket. He confronted Lil Jamie about it, and Lil Jamie asked, could he pay the ticket for him because he didn't have enough money? And he was like, no, like, you a grown man. You need to take care of your own ticket. And Lil Jamie felt like, you know, we've been doing better. You've been congratulating me on doing better. So why can't you help me out? But Jamie is like, you're a grown man. You got this ticket. You need to figure it out and pay it on your own. So Lil Jamie then texts back saying, you know, y'all don't help me. The only person that hold me down is my girlfriend. And the family took offense to this because they are always there for him. Now, I got a lot to say on this subject, but I'm going to save my thoughts to a specific time in this review. Okay. Then head over to the radio station. Quick is at his job. Jamie is there to support and, to chop it up with him. While he's on the radio, they discuss Monique and Chris allegedly getting, divorced or whatever. He was like, he don't believe it until he hears it from Monique and Chris. Then, he ain't even messing with that. So him and Jamie head to the back. They chop it up. Jamie on the same type of time where he like, I don't believe it until I get confirmation from them. I ain't even looking at that. He also goes on to state how he just retired from the police force. He's been a policeman this whole time. And Quick was like, he did not know that. And Jamie was like, because I kept it on the low or whatever, but now I'm able to do what I want to do and move the way I want to move. And he, catches Quick up on what's going on with him and Lil Jamie. Now, me, myself, last season, I was saying how I felt like Jamie was being very guarded last season and how he was holding back. I didn't know until the end of the season that he was, in fact, a police officer and that he was about to retire. So now it all makes sense. So I'm guessing and hoping that this season we'll see a more open Jamie that will be a lot more revealing and not so guarded. Joi and Clifton from Ready to Love have joined the cast. They are newly engaged. They're about to move into a home with one another. The home was beautiful. I was like, come on. She's a singer. She's, sang around the world, and he's an entrepreneur. He's coming out with this beard oil. He has 2 children, a teenager and a 4-year-old. She does not have any children. So he asked her, are you going to be able to adjust to this? Like, how do you feel? And, she says that she's excited about being a stepmom and everything that's to come with their relationship. You can tell they're in the honeymoon stage. They are just lovey-dovey, kissy all over each other. Now, one thing I did not have to see was them reenacting how they broke their bed. I did not need to see that. My eyes were disrespected. They felt bamboozled and run amok. I did not need to see that, Joi and Clifton, okay? I need for y'all to calm y'all little horny butts down somewhere, okay? Save that for the PORNHUB, okay? Or OnlyFans. Ashley and Quick are at the crib, and Ashley's former nanny, Angela, is back in the fold. Now, she used to be the nanny to the kids. She used to be a live-in nanny, but now she is coming back in the role of being Ashley's assistant because she needs a lot of help. Now, she sits down and talks to Quick about Angela returning. He's excited. He's happy that she's back, but he was stating that he doesn't think that their son Antonio is going to be too happy about that. But Irana's like, she's not coming back in a nanny capacity. She's there to assist me. And Quick was like, well, he don't need to be waking up by you or her, talking about the fact that they both kind of like babied him, Angela and Ashley. And Ashley was like, at 14 years old, getting himself up at 6 a.m. is a bit much. Oh, what? Excuse you? Now, I didn't heard some things, but I didn't heard it all with that one. Heard it all before. Girl, what? At 14, you don't think that he is able to get himself up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Girl, what? That is ridiculous. When I was 14 in junior high school, I was getting myself up. When Kyrese was in the 6th grade, he was getting himself up, getting dressed, and going to school and walking to school across the street by himself, not unsupervised. Like, girl, you are tripping with that. That is babying him to the 10th degree. So Ashley in her confessional was like, Quick knows my mom wasn't really in the household getting me ready for school. My kids will never know how I felt. And I understand that she probably grew up in a household that wasn't, conducive to the parenting that she would have wanted growing up. But there's a difference between being there for your child and coddling them. And this is coddling to the 10th degree. That is first of all, I don't care if you're a boy or a girl, but he is a boy. Like, you really need to toughen him up. Like, 14, he should not be getting woke up by his mama or by a nanny. Child, On this one, Quick is 110% correct. Correct the mundo. Let him handle this, because you got to take that motherly off of him. No. I feel sorry for the woman he gonna be with, because y'all are ruining him just like I done ruined mine. That's how I know. That's how I feel it, because I think that even with me and my own son, Kyrese is very self-sufficient, but there's still a lot that I, even at this age, he's 20. How old did he just turn? 23? I think, yeah, he just turned 23. And there's still a lot that I do for him that I shouldn't even be doing for him. So I get it, and I understand where this can go. So if y'all don't want to end up like me in certain aspects, then you better listen to your husband, girl. So, Quick was like, you baby him. And she says that she doesn't feel like waking him up is coddling him, and says that since Quick mom died when he was young, he missed out on a huge chunk of mothering. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I see where she was trying to go with it, but that was a reach. That was a reach, because even if that man mama was still alive, I don't think that she would be getting him up in the morning to go to school at the age of 14 or however many years old. Like, that was a reach. That was a reach. And I didn't even like the fact that she brought his mom really into that. That was a little insensitive to me. Then Quick changes the subject over to Jamie and Lil Jamie and tells her how they into it. And she was like, maybe that's why you feel the way you do about Antonio. Irena told me that at 15, Lil Jamie was committing burglary. Like, our son isn't doing those things. And Quick was like, I do feel like Lil Jamie is entitled. Antonio is a great kid that's spoiled. Lil Jamie was a bad kid that was entitled. And there's a difference. And I don't want our son to grow up feeling that he is entitled. And yes, there's a big difference between where Lil Jamie was and where their son is at the age of 15. But at the same token, with the route that it's going, he will grow up to be entitled or lazy or feeling like he can just depend on y'all to do certain things for him or pick him up every time he messes up. You know what I'm saying? And you could be a great kid, a great teenager, a great man, and never go to jail or get in any type of trouble. But you could also still be lazy and spoiled. I.e., I understand it because I've done it. And I have raised a monster now who is spoiled and entitled. So I get it. And I'm trying to tell y'all, nip it in the bud right now. From one parent to another, Quick, you are exactly correct on this subject matter. And I feel like you need to take the lead on this one. So it's the day of Jayson's party. Irena and Jamie threw it in, I think, a penthouse apartment or something like that. And her sister was catering it. Irena looks so pretty. I love this picture that I was able to capture of her. She is a gorgeous woman. Yes, ma'am. Yes, God. So, family and friends arrived. Tasha, girl, I saw you in the background. Hey to you and Neil. So sorry once again, y'all did not come back this season. They got on my nerves, but whatever. I love y'all still. I know you guys are doing wonderful, great things. Tasha is doing her acting judge. She is doing her modeling because she is a gorgeous, stunning woman as well. So shout out to the Lion. Amy arrives with their daughter Brittany and Jayson. Jayson makes his grand entrance. Everybody's hyping him up. He's dancing in. He just seems so happy and elated, and everybody is just happy and enjoying the atmosphere and partying. Joi and Cliff arrive, and then we see Jamie ask Irena, where's Lil Jamie? And she was like, I don't know. So he was like, we're going to address that text message. And she was like, yeah, because that was messed up or whatever. So Jamie in his confession was like, Lil Jamie will get mad, then, move out to one of his little girlfriend's houses or whatever. And to me, it's like, I remember being that age of feeling like you doing something out of spite. Like, I'm going to hurt them. I'm going to move out. Thinking you doing something. And it's just like, okay. But the problem is when he does that, y'all need to make him stay out. How about that? Now, it's a lot of games that I play with Kyrese. And I will say that I have spoiled my child. I can 100% acknowledge that and own that. But there is a limit to what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to put up with. And child, I wish Kyrese would. I wish he would. I wish he would, child. Ooh, Lord. Even their daughter Brittany in her confession was like, they've coddled him, but I feel like my dad's delivery does play a part in their discord. Now, is Jamie very blunt, to the point, harsh, honest? Yes. Is that sometimes a turnoff? Is it sometimes too much? Yes. But in this case, with this child, with this young man, he needs to be firm. Ashley and Quick arrive, and the whole crew sits down and they're talking to one another. We get to meet one of the new girls by the name of Alicia. Arena was like, I thought Monique would come. Like, she's disappointed that, Monique was a no-show. But I'm like, are you really upset, or you just doing this for the cameras? Because if y'all saw the headlines and, it's saying that they having marital problems, and you said that they ain't even living in the same house, then they obviously are going through something. And I don't think that a party is really that important considering everything they had going on in their life. So Alicia was like, she ain't got no babysitter. I don't know where that came from, child, but that was our introduction to Alicia. So Joi tells the group that she's going to be on a Ready to Love panel talking to single moms. And Ashley was like, single moms, but do they know you're not a single mom? And she was like, yeah. She was like, I mean, they the one that asked me to do it. They hired me, so I'm going to do it. And she was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable talking to a bunch of single moms. And Alicia agrees because she's a single mom. And Irena in her confession was like, why are we discussing this? I can see Cliff out the corner of my eye getting agitated. So I know he feeling some type of way. So Cliff jumps in and was like, regardless, my girl gonna do her thing. Shout out to you. I felt like it was unnecessary for Ashley to make that comment. It did come across like on some hater type time stuff. All it had to do is be congratulations, girl. That's good. It don't matter that you talking to single moms about being ready to love and you don't have kids. At the end of the day, we're all women. And we all, have wants and needs and desires. And I think that is the place that Joi would be coming from. That's just like with Ashley's podcast dedicated to moms. Does that mean you're only going to cater to moms that are married? Because you cater to all moms, correct? So since she said that she doesn't know, she wouldn't feel comfortable talking to single moms because she's never been a single mom, then that's like excluding single moms from your podcast. It's like, it doesn't make sense. And I just felt like it was unnecessary. And you could tell that Joi was bothered by it and her feelings was hurt because her and Ashley are actually cool. So coming from somebody that I'm cool with, I would think it'd be like, girl, get that. Go head on. Like, I'm proud of you. That type of thing. And it wasn't. And it was just whack. Lil Jamie arrives, child, late, looking just haggard, looking like he done been on an all-night bender, looking like he ain't took not now bath, nothing. Hair a mess, facial hair just scraggling all over the place. And Big Jamie looked over his shoulder like, he was the op. Like, that wasn't even his son. He was looking like, that little nigga here, like, who the fuck invited him? It was like one of them type of things. He was looking at him like that wasn't even his child, man. And I was hollering on the inside. So Irena, gives a speech to Jayson. It was very heartfelt. She teared up. Jamie teared up. It was really a beautiful speech. Because, this is big for them as parents, letting go of their son. This child grew up with a disability that they have helped him with his whole entire life. So to let him go, that is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? To let any child go to live their life on their own is a huge thing. So after they give their speech, Lil Jamie gives words of encouragement to his little brother and tells him that he loves him. And I don't know if y'all heard it, but Jayson said to him, he was like, I love you. Jayson was like, I love you too. Good luck on finding you a job. Like, I don't even think he was trying to be funny, but y'all, I cackled. So Jamie pulls Lil Jamie outside on the balcony so they can rap, and he confronts him about the text message and him saying that the family don't help him and that his girlfriend is the only one that holds him down. So Jamie was like, don't I give you $100 every Friday for like the last 10 months? And I said, what? Huh? What? I know I just didn't hear that right. I know I did not just hear this man say he been giving his 26-year-old son $100 every week for the last 10 months. Why? Please explain to me why. Why are you giving a grown man an allowance? Now, like I said, I spoiled my child, but there is only but so much I'm going to do. And Kyrese would never get no allowance from me at this age. Absolutely not. Especially if he wasn't doing nothing with himself. He ain't in school. He ain't doing. Child, please. I said, excuse you giving this man $400 to $500 a week just because? And then y'all wonder why he act the way he do. Y'all the problem. Y'all are a part of the problem. You can't expect for him to act like a man and y'all still treating him like he a kid. Make it make sense. So Lil Jamie say, but what does that have to do with me asking you to help me with a ticket? What? The balls. Child, I would have pushed that little nigga off that damn balcony, because who are you talking to? What you mean what that got to do with me? What you asking me to help you with a ticket? Because first of all, if I'm giving you $500 a month and you ain't even working, you ain't doing nothing, you better take that $500 I give you every month to pay on that ticket. What I look like? Excuse you? What? Child, oh Lord. And then he went on to be even more disrespectful by saying I could have just went to Grammy and she would have just gave it to me without asking. All of y'all are the problem. Y'all are enabling this type of behavior. Y'all need to let him fly far away. He need to spread his wings and fly away. Okay, you need to treat him like the group Troop. Okay, so then Lil Jamie was like, last Friday we were just cooling and laughing and talking. That's why it's weird, fool. What? Am I watching the NWA movie? What fool? Are we watching Boys in the Hood? Who are you talking to? What? So Jamie was like, oh, I'm a fool now? I'm a fool? Yeah, you better than me, because I would have been like, cut the cameras, because I just retired from the police force and now I'm about to be in jail. Cut the cameras, because who you talking to? Because I would have knocked him into last Sunday, child. So Lil Jamie says, oh my God, groaning. So Jamie was like, you praise your girlfriend because she not checking your BS. Lil Jamie was like, you have no clue what that girl talk to me about every day. Jamie says, is she paying for your car? Is she putting food on the table? Is she giving you money every week? Listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're saying. Why are you doing all of this for a grown, able-bodied man? If he wants to be out here not working, making horrible life decisions and choices, that at some point you just got to let him be and let him fall. Maybe if you did that, he'll get it together when he realized he ain't got no other choice but to. Or either he just gonna be out here raggedy, broke, and a dusty, look dirty dude. I mean, you can only want but for so much for your children. If they don't want it for themselves, there's only but so much that you can do. And at this point, he has shown and proved that he lacks responsibility. He's lazy. He does not take accountability. And he is entitled and spoiled. And y'all are progressively, continuing to make him feel this way by always being there to help him out. Why are you still clothing and feeding and providing for a grown man? No. Lil Jamie says, what are we even doing right now? I can't even enjoy my brother party. And Jamie was like, you lost a job and I didn't hear from you. He was like, everybody else did. He was like, well, what I do to you? Like, why you ain't calling me? He was like, you made me feel like I was the worst nigga because I didn't get a job because of my background check. And Jamie was like, didn't I tell you, F that, we gonna move on? And he was like, yeah, it took a few days. Then you said, hit up my man for a security job. You want me to do everything you want me to do. I don't want to do no effing security job. Now, in that instance, he sounds just like Kyrese. I done told Kyrese about jobs or whatever in the past. I don't want to do that. Now, I will agree 100% with Jamie on these 90s kids They are very spoiled and entitled. Very spoiled and entitled. Now, one thing I will say though about Kyrese, my child keep a job. He keep a job. He ain't had how many jobs? Kyrese has only had 2 jobs as with him being an adult man. So he keeps a job, honey. Now that's one thing I will say about my child. He keep a job and he is very frugal. He is very frugal with his own money. Now he gonna spend yours, but he is going to be frugal with his. But he does have that I'm too good for certain jobs type of attitude. And I will agree with Jamie on that. These kids do be feeling like they too good for certain things. And I'm looking like, how you talking about some what you not gonna do and you ain't got nothing? And I hope that when he saw tonight's episode, speaking of Lil Jamie, that he saw himself and looked how bad he looked. Like he looked like a fiend. Like how these little dudes be out here like pill poppers. Like that's what he was looking like. I'm sorry, but that is what he looked like. And hopefully if he saw himself tonight, it'll be a wake up call for him to get himself together, because he did not look good at all. He did not look good. Not at all. So, Jamie was like, you don't have nothing. And Lil Jamie was like, I don't want to do that. I'm done with this shit. I ain't with this. And walked off. And Jamie was like, bye. Gone in. First of all, he had balls of steels to even be sitting up here cussing in front of his parents. Like the disrespect of it all. Girl, oh Lord. I'm 42 years old and I wish I would cuss in front of Patricia Ann or Carl. Child, I'll be slapped back into 1981. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm 41. How old am I? Am I 41 or 42? I don't even remember how old I am, child. That's how far back I would have got smacked. So Jamie goes inside and he tells Quick and Irena, you know, what just happened between him and Lil Jamie. So then all of a sudden the camera crew was like, Jamie, we need you in the hallway right now. So him and Irena rush out in the hallway and we see Lil Jamie sitting on the floor talking to one of the producers. Here the producer's like, you need to talk to your father. You got the same name as him, like trying to talk some sense into him. It's obvious that he's crying. He's emotional. So Jamie and Irena go over to him to see what's going on. And we hear Lil Jamie say, get your hand out my face. And Jamie was like, stop playing with me in front of these people. And he was like, you stop playing with me, bro. And Jamie was like, what you gonna do? And then it went off. Yeah, the disrespect. I don't know what it is or what his problem is with his father. It's obvious, like I said, that Jamie is a very stern, strict parent to an extent, and that he's harsh with his words and things like that. But considering everything that they are still doing and providing for this young man, I really want to know, like, what's the issue? It's more than being entitled or being lazy with this young man. I feel like there's a lot more to him than is being told or that he wants to share. It's some real life stuff going on with this young man. I don't know what it is. I don't want to assume, but help is needed. Help is needed. I don't know if it's therapy. I don't know if it's rehab. I don't know, but it's some help that is needed for this young man. And it's apparent that it's like, from the outside looking in, it looked like he's screaming for help, but he don't know how to take it or knows if he really wants it yet. I don't know, but this is a reality show that I will say we're seeing people deal with real life situations with their children. Especially when it comes to the Tylers and the Silvas. We're seeing parenting situations that we don't normally get to see on other reality shows. And I think that this is what sets Love and Marriage DC apart from the other reality shows like Huntsville or The Real Housewives of Atlanta, because a lot of those shows have become about cheating or throwing shade, and we don't really get to see the ins and out nitty gritty of what's going on in these people's household. And I will give kudos to this cast for being so willing to open up their lives in such a way to the public, to be scrutinized, to be judged, and all of those things. So I want to give a shout out to the whole entire cast. They did what needed to be done. They opened up in ways that I know I wouldn't have been comfortable enough to open up. This season premiere was phenomenal, way better than last season's. I think that this season is going to be even better than last season. I think that the cast took my and other vloggers and the audience suggestions with turning it up a notch, and they came with it tonight. They came with it. Overall, I'm going to give tonight's episode of Love and Marriage DC an A+. They did the dang on thing. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.